retirement. That's where he should go. Thank you for watching the video. Baby girl awesome, it ain't capping the slightest. So when we really think about Phil Brooks, or should I say CM Punk, where does he go from here? I mean, now I wasn't gonna make a video on this, but after some recent words from EC3, I think that a better idea to release this video now while we really got the juices flowing, right? So let's dive into the CM Punk dilemma. So if you don't know, or if you're not a fan of wrestling or the IWC, if you're not in the IWC community, basically CM Punk and AEW done. They're donezo, complete. It's over. AEW has let go of CM Punk due to an altercation that happened between Punk and Jack Perry. Now, this is not just the one altercation, of course. You also have the altercation with the Elite. You also have him, well, you remember you remember this clip right here, right?
A little fucking snippy.
That's fine.
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired. And I work with fucking children.
And so with that being said, you really gotta think about it like, what would you do in that scenario? And it's not like it's the first time CM Punk has done this in the company or really had bad backstage politics or things of that nature. So, not saying that it's warranted, but a repetitive pattern starts to show. And hey, all I'm saying is until more evidence comes out, right now it ain't looking so good for CM Punk. So now, let's just play hypothetical booking, right? Or let's just play in the land of fantasy, and let's say CM Punk doesn't retire, hypothetically. Let's say he doesn't become even a sports commentator, which I don't know who would want to work with him with the current circumstances. Let's say he was to resolve his ongoing issues and grievances, and let's say he went to another promotion. Now, if we look at all the promotions on the forefront, right? AEW were not included. That's donezo. Now, the very last, I'm gonna go from last that I would expect him to go to the most likely, or I feel like would make the most logical sense, pretty much. So at the very bottom, past AEW's at the bottom. He ain't going back there. But at right above AEW, I'm gonna put AAA. So I don't feel like CM Punk would go to AAA. I don't feel like he's much of a Libre style wrestler. I don't feel like he really fits in with the culture too much per se when it comes to Libre wrestling. So I don't feel like that would really he's not really lucha. He doesn't have the I don't think he really has the character that would be graspable in lucha, right? NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's also unlikely. I think that he would really just stay based in America. I think that with New Japan, it would just be, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's not. Maybe for a one-off, that would be cool. For AEW, Forbidden Door, yeah, that would be cool. If he was to do that match with Kenta, but then that fell out and then etc. shit like that. Then we start to get to the more realistic options, right? So we're really bridging that threshold, kind of. But we're kind of bridging that threshold. Third, I'm putting WWE. CM Punk, in my opinion, he can't be. Not that he can't be, but I don't think that CM Punk at this stage in his career would do something that's on a mid-card level. And let's be honest, he's not topping Seth Rollins, so he's not topping Raw. He's not going to NXT, we know that. And right now, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes has to finish that story. So he's not going to SmackDown. I mean, it's not to say he could do something like what Edge is doing, you know what I mean? He doesn't have to win a title, or he could do a John Cena, sporadic appearances. He doesn't have to win a title, but it's I don't know. It's just, I don't know if he would want some gold around his waist. I don't know. So second, I would say TNA or Impact. I'm calling it TNA. I'm calling it TNA. I know it's Impact now. TNA just gels better. It just sounds better. So with TNA, I feel like it's a matter of they don't really. Not to say they don't have a star, because they had I can't get the name of their world champion currently. I know they have Moose over there, so CM Punk can have a pretty good feud with Moose, if anything. And then you got Josh Alexander. He can have a good feud with him, you know what I mean? It's a lot of possibilities under that umbrella if he was to hypothetically go to TNA. So I would say that would be a good option, and he would definitely be the #1 star. I mean, just like AEW, but was he really the #1? I mean, he was on a level, but I feel like there was other number ones on that level. But TNA, not to say they don't have a star, but from an outside perspective, from like a general wrestling fan, I'm deep into it. You know, I've been a wrestling fan since 08, hasn't changed. But for a fan who's just getting into wrestling or coming back to wrestling, CM Punk is going to be who they're going to look at. And it's going to be like, oh wow, I started watching wrestling like 2012, and like, oh my goodness, CM Punk's in TNA now. Oh, who would have thought that would happen? And then my number one destination for CM Punk, NWA. As crazy as it sounds, as crazy, and I know what EC3 said, and EC3 is a world champion, talking about, oh, the locker room, yada, yada, yada. We're thinking in a hypothetical sense, right? We're thinking hypothetically. If he was to get, you know, if CM Punk was to become a locker room favorite, hypothetically speak, in the NWA, he could come in with a suit, he can grow back out the hair, have it slicked back. He doesn't need the beard. It kind of be like his 2009 run. Yeah, 2008, 2009 run, where it was kind of like kind of slick back. Well, not really slick back, but he didn't, like, you remember how he looked in 2000. Like, they could go about feuding with EC3. I mean, that would be a pretty good working relationship. And I just feel like NWA is really like, they're really sold on promos. Like, really, like, if you look at Eli Drake or LA Knight, Shoes or Champion promo, like, if you look at things like that, and then they have the promo background, it's just promo central right there. It's just the way it's set up. CM Punk could do something there if he got his act together. I mean, that's really, you really gotta also say, get that together. But we don't really know the full circumstances of everything that broke out. We know about CM Punk's history, but we don't know about everything that's going on, though. We know Jack Perry with the glass comment. I mean, you gotta really, let's wait for the footage to drop. Let's wait. Let's just say that. Let's wait for the footage to drop. But until then, it's been great. It's been wonderful. Thank you. Love you. Appreciate you. As usual. Take care.